Hi, this is Casey Gocher with Gladiator. I am here today with Rob Rojas, and Rob is our latest Gladiator of the week, and really excited to get a chance to kind of catch him in his own environment and really get to know him a little bit better and learn a lot about him and what makes him really successful. So with that, Rob, thanks for taking the time to meet with me. Appreciate that. You've had a lot of great news lately.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me, Casey, and I'm honored to be the Gladiator of the week this week.
And we are definitely honored to have you. So tell me about the announcement that just came out a couple of weeks ago.
Well, it was a very exciting announcement. Things have been really progressing with this sport, and I owe a debt of gratitude to all my sponsors, and a couple of really exciting things have happened in the last couple of weeks here. First off, O'Neill has officially announced that I'm part of their team. You know, kind of heading up their stand-up paddleboard racing aspect of their company. It's been really exciting. I'm really looking forward to helping out with the product development and product design, representing a great company such as O'Neill and races such as the New York Sea Paddle, the Jam to the Dam, or Jam from the Dam up in Lake Tahoe, as well as the Tahoe Fall Classic. Those are some excellent races. They just had the race, the Donner Lake race, just recently, and unfortunately I couldn't make that due to work obligations on Memorial Day. But that was a great race. A lot of snow, crazy conditions, and all that.
So what other, outside of the O'Neill announcement, what other announcements have you had just recently?
Well, outside of the O'Neill announcement, I've just the stand-up paddle company in Laguna Beach has just come out with a Rob Rojas signature stand-up paddleboard and Rob Rojas signature hat.
So that's, I guess, what a great time to be Rob Rojas.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's, the sport. I started paddling a long time ago, and several years ago I started stand-up paddling, bought my first board, and I figured, hey, you know what, I just want to go paddle. I want to try stand-up paddling, and bought my first board for $400, and then after that I kind of branched in. I met the guys from Ohana Paddleboards, and Bob Reed and Russell Coble, and they got me dialed in with the Ohana Paddleboards racing team. Got me set up with boards and started racing for them. I've been racing for them for the past 3 years. But this sport has just progressed, and just from step after step after step, it's really taken leaps and bounds in terms of the progression, the designs of boards, and the equipment, and the caliber of racers that have come along. And it's really exciting. It's exciting to see hard work pay off too. I carry a pretty crazy schedule as far as work and kids and family and just juggling it all, getting the time to paddle, and it's just nice to see something, basically the fruits of your labor more or less pay off. So I'm really grateful.
Well, I tell you what, with the O'Neill announcement, I don't know who I was happier for, you or happy that O'Neill decided to get involved in stand-up paddling. For a long time they've been an amazing brand in the surfing community, and when I heard about the announcement, it's like my first reaction was really excited for you that some success was coming your way after all the hard work. But then after that, I started realizing, hey, this is really cool because that means O'Neill's jumping in, and now we're gonna get yet another big surf brand. And that was one of the things, I don't know if you noticed, I wrote an article about the announcement a few weeks ago about your O'Neill announcement. One of the things I was trying to help people understand was this isn't just another stand-up paddle sponsorship. This is a real big company.
Yeah.
Sponsoring you. This is, to me, this one's a big deal. It's a big deal for them because it signals that they're getting involved in our sport, and it's a big deal for you because they're a very large multinational company.
Yeah.
Putting some faith in you, so that really says a lot about what they think about you, for sure.
No, absolutely. That's the beauty of this sport, and that's the beauty of this sport is you're bringing together. I've had the opportunity to meet some of the world's finest surfers, and I've always been more of an endurance type athlete, some kind of swimming background, paddling background, so on and so forth. I don't really consider myself to be a surfer. I can surf, I surf, on my free time, that sort of thing, but but it's just cool how you get endurance athletes and surfers kind of commingling, and all of a sudden they all become one, and they're all doing these surf races, like battle of the paddle style races, and you know, we're all basically shoulder to shoulder, you know, on the starting line, and it's just been absolutely incredible. But it is exciting to see companies like O'Neill getting involved. Obviously, Quicksilver's been involved for a while, and you know, O'Neill, and you know, I've heard rumors of Billabong maybe wanting to get involved, and so on and so forth. But I'm grateful. You know, I love their products. O'Neill is they've been amazing to me. They've got I think they've got the best shorts, the Hyper Freak, which is I've told those guys, you know, I wouldn't. Even if I wasn't sponsored by O'Neill, these are my first choice in shorts in terms of comfort and for paddling. Perfect. This is exactly what I would want to wear.
And I'll actually agree with you. For a straight board short that's not kind of the crossover where it's sort of a walking in a board short, if you're talking a straight board short, the Hyper Freaks are hands down the best shorts I own. No question.
Yeah, you can stretch this thing like, I can stretch this thing down to my ankle just about, and it's just, but yeah, it's
super comfortable.
Yeah, amazing.
It's like, you know, hate to say it, but it's like not really wearing anything at all. Just nice and comfortable. So, you know, with all the stuff that's going on, I think we're going to have to rename this award for a month and just make you the Sub Gladiator of the month. There's just too much going on for 1 week, so I think we're going to have our first one that literally is for the month. So, like I said, thanks for that. And you know, a couple of questions that I had for you. So, whereabouts are you from, really?
You know what? I'm pretty much born and raised in Southern California. San Clemente, California is my hometown. This is where I've been raised. I was actually born in Arcadia, California, but lived there for, you know, about a year or two. Then kind of traveled the world a little bit. My dad was an oil man. He worked in the oil industry for a long time. So we lived in Spain, and before I was born, my family lived in Nicaragua, El Salvador, all over the place. But I've got some Costa Rican blood in me, and some German blood, and some Italian blood, but and some Austrian blood. But you know what? I'm proud to be from San Clemente. This is my home. This is where I've lived the last 37 years old. I've lived here approximately the last 33 years. So just I'm proud to be from San Clemente. I love this place and love my home.
So one of the things that's interesting, whenever your name comes up, you know, and I get a chance to talk to a lot of people in the paddling industry and the paddling sport, and one of the things that when your name comes up, it always immediately goes to your workout regimen, the things that you do, the time you get up, you know, it just immediately goes to that. So why don't you tell me a little bit about, you know, what it is that people are enamored with regards to your training?
You know, here's an Olympic swimmer once told me, this has happened a long time ago, but an Olympic swimmer by the name, he was a former world record holder in the 200 meter fly, Melvin Stewart. I met him, and he told me swimming it's not something you enjoy, but it's more of an obsession. And I've kind of applied that to the way I train, the way I work out. I've got a competitive swimming background. You know, training hurts. You know, racing hurts. It's supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be, you know, your first race, the first time you do anything, it's going to be fun. You're going to go, wow, that was really cool. I want to do it again. But every time you do something, you set goals for yourself. You set the bar higher and higher and higher and higher. And eventually it's going to hurt more and more and more and more and more. And that's the way I look at, you know, the way I approach my training and the way I approach my racing is that I want to constantly be setting the bar higher and higher and higher and challenging myself. And, you know, as far as training goes, I've got a pretty tight schedule. I've got a pretty demanding, you know, regular job. I've got a family life. I've got a home, mortgage. I've got a lot of things going on in my life, and so I've got limited time during the day. So I guess my biggest trademark has been, you know, I've been known as the guy that throws on the headlamp and paddles down in the harbor, you know, at, you know, before the sun comes up, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. It seems like lately I've been getting a little lazier and going at 5 instead of 4. But then there's mornings where I've got to get up, got to be at work by 6, so I'm on the water at 3. But it's more out of necessity. I feel like, hey, I get down there that early, not a whole lot of people. I can really concentrate on what I'm doing, not a whole lot of boats, not a whole lot of people. I get down there, I'm in, I'm out. I get done what I need to get done, and it's really, you know, like I said, it's more of a necessity. I usually evaluate my day and I go, okay, I've got 2 hours to throw in here. What am I going to do? I'm going to get down there. I'm going to crank out my training session and get the heck out of there and get to work, tend to my family, you know, pick up my kids from school, what have you, you know.